Welcome to Grade Pending, aka the Halloween special. We usually grade movies and stuff, music and things like that. Today we're gonna go through a bevy of movies. Might get these gentlemen top five, Halloween scary movies, horror movies, whatever people may call them. But first we're gonna start off with the most recent one due to the day. It's the namesake, Halloween, and the trilogy, the finale of the recent Halloween storyline. We have Halloween Ends, and as much as I didn't want to talk about it, these guys made me talk about it. And since we got to talk about it, we will talk about it, and will be spoilers for anybody who has not seen it. And if you haven't, then lucky you. Um, but we have, so we're gonna give a little breakdown on it. So you know how we do: individual reviews first, and then we'll come back and talk some more.
So, Halloween End. So, after Halloween Kills, I wasn't really looking forward. I wasn't sure. For those that don't know, Michael Myers is my favorite of all time. Halloween is my favorite horror movie of all time, 1978 version, of course. Um, but I went into it hoping for the best. The first time I watched it, I literally thought trash. Like, oh my god, I fucking hate this movie. Terrible. I mean, I remember telling Otto, I was like, "Yo, this is the worst one in the entire franchise." I wanted to give it another chance, so I watched it again. Second time I watched it, I was like, you know what? I still hate it, and I still think it's either the worst or the second to worst in the franchise. For some reason, I watched it a third time because I guess I really wanted to understand and like it. And watching it from a different perspective, my thing was I expected Michael to do his Michael thing, and obviously, anyone who's seen it knows that Michael doesn't show up for the first 40 something minutes of the movie, and it's very frustrating as a Michael fan. But as a Halloween fan, I could appreciate the other things they try to do with the movie. So I started getting into it, and I had a few thoughts on it. I was like, you know what, they were trying to make it a not Michael movie. Maybe they were trying to, they were trying to make Halloween more than what it was. Like, that is not just Michael Myers. It's the actual town of Hattonfield, and other things happen there. And it looked like they were trying to pass the torch. When the first time I watched, it, I was like, "Come on, you're gonna pass the fucking torch to this fucking kid, of everybody." And then, when Michael kills him, I'm like, "Yes, can't pass the torch." After my third watch, I enjoyed it a little more, and then you guys are gonna hate me for this, but then after watching a TikTok, this girl like broke down Halloween and everything, and some of the things I was thinking, like she was speaking to it, but had way better depth to her explaining why things. And understand and hearing that and thinking about that, I now watched the fourth time, and I actually like that a lot better from it. It's still not my favorite Michael movie because again, I wanted a Michael movie, but understanding what they were trying to do, I definitely give it a higher score. I'll go more into that when we all break it down. But for me, I'm gonna go with high meh.
Halloween ends. You're wondering, hey man, where's the Michael mask? Well, I mean, Michael wasn't really in this movie, so why should he be in the review? Unfortunately, this was the end of this guy, this iteration of Michael. It's a great mask, but it this Halloween ends was the Corey Cunnington, Cunnington, yeah, Corey Cunningham. Damn, I'm gonna have to double check, but it's double C, and this movie was all about Corey. If you guys have been following us for a long time, you know that we reviewed Halloween Kills, and I'm pretty sure we all hated it because Evil died tonight or dies tonight was the claim, and that just didn't happen. Evil kept going. Matter of fact, Laurie and Michael didn't even interact, which was building to the big finale, and it didn't happen. I was like, oh, they're just milking it, filler movie for the finale. And I'm like, whatever, the finale's here. I watched this in theaters like an American on release date. Unlike some people throwing shade at, you can't see them, but they're shaking their heads. And I was expecting to hate the movie. All the early reviews were bad. I was expecting it to be a big piece of shit. But I also saw somebody say that, if you go in with an open mind, that they take a big swing. And I like big swings. I ended up liking this movie a lot. I didn't have to watch it 4 times like John. um, to like it, I liked it off the jump because I was like, all right, what are we doing here? why did we hit the opening credits with the throwback to the original Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, which I love? Why did we do that without showing Mike at all? Like the last movie ended like, oh, we're gonna go get him, and then it's like, no Mike. And then it continues. We're following this Corey kid. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is Lost Boys. He killed somebody, but like he's got a romance going on and tragedy and trauma bonding, and he's getting bullied. And to John's point, 40 minutes have passed. Where the fuck is Mike? Mike is not in this. But if you remember, kids, Halloween 2018, the third remake of the original, uh, the third film titled Halloween, they established Mike as an old man. So yeah, in my head canon or in the canon they established he's old. So yeah, he's fucking living in the fucking whatever. Who cares? This wasn't about Mike. This wasn't about Mike. This is the Corey show, and I enjoyed it because it was different. I enjoyed it because did we really want to see Laurie and Mike? Even though that's what they advertised, false advertising, 1,000%. I'm sorry if that's what you were going for, but most people didn't watch this in theaters anyway, so you really can't complain. You watched it on Peacock. Paul was forced at gunpoint to watch it on Peacock today, so like, it's really not that serious. Um, if you go, I think that if you go in with an open mind and you're not just expecting what the trailer showed you, which is just Laurie and Mike fighting, and that last fight was trash, anyway, then you might have a good time. The director and the writers said that they pretty much were ripping off Christine. If you've ever seen Christine, the Stephen King car horror movie, Carpenter's and Stephen King, Christine, it's pretty much the same thing except that Michael is the car and the car makes the kid evil, the little nerdy kid, and that is pretty much the same thing. And the car ends up getting ground to beef like Mike does at the end of the movie. So it's pretty much, if you like Christine, you're gonna like this movie. Just don't expect to fucking see Mike because it's not really in it. Oh, and he gets beat up by this little nerdy kid, and it's amazing. And John hates that part. Yeah, man, dope. I enjoyed this movie. I'm the only person I know besides that TikTok girl, which by the way, I sent it to you on Twitter, even though it was a TikTok, I sent it to you on Twitter. Um, I like this movie, man, and I like it better than the other two in this trilogy. Back to you, Paul.
Halloween Ends. Yes, I was forced to watch this for the sake of content. You all better appreciate this. 20 what was it 2018 Halloween? They brought it back. I was enjoying the concept. I appreciate a lot of Blumhouse work. Um, the way they get a lot done, make a lot of money on a small budget. Focus on story and things. And 2018 very promising. Went to see it, saw it early too. Got to see an early advance screening. Thought, okay, I like where this is going. Um, then we got Halloween Ends, and I'm like, okay, they're gonna wrap this up in two movies. Started with that, now we're going to this. Cool. It's going in a good direction. And then Evil Dies Tonight. Evil did not die. They wanted a trilogy. That whole movie was the Wednesday episode of Dragon Ball Z where Goku's charging up the whole episode, and we gotta wait till Friday for the fight. So we get to Halloween Ends. We expect the fight. We get a fake Mickey and Mallory. We get a kid bullied because he killed a kid, and they tried to leave it up to did he, didn't he? But it was like, well, he did. So should we feel sorry for him? No, he killed a kid. Um, should he get out in 4 years for killing a kid? I don't know, but I guess because he was a minor, they give minor charges. Whatever, not important. Um, where's Michael Myers? Michael Myers is hiding in the sewers. Nowhere near the Ninja Turtles. He's just down there kicking it. Befriends an old man who I guess brings him people to kill, and that's how he's getting his strength back or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Um, all in all, it was a movie that it felt like somebody wrote this movie with something else in mind, and then they threw Halloween at the end of it to if you ever seen 10 Cloverfield Lane, I feel like 10 Cloverfield Lane. 10 Cloverfield Lane was a totally different movie. Then they threw the Cloverfield name on it, and it had a whole ending with aliens that had nothing to do with the rest of the movie. That's what I felt about this. The beginning of this movie was something totally different. Then the end, they combined it with, Michael Myers, and then ended it with, oh yeah, by the way, Laurie's gonna kill him. She pinned him to the table, did some stuff, and then they drove him through the neighborhood, and then grinded him, and it was like that was the ending, and it was just like, okay. All in all, Not as bad as I thought it would be because it was just a totally different movie, though. Bad for the trilogy finale of this story, but on its own, a completely different movie. That was a, I guess, okay story, even though it was focused on the kid and the kid really had no kind of redemption or any arc to him. Um, I'm gonna say, meh, not watching it again. Watched it, like I said, for this, and probably would never watch it again. I don't know how John watched it 4 times. I can see why Otto enjoyed it. Like I said, it wasn't horrible, but yeah, that's all it was to me. 4
Hey, who the
times, John?
fuck is Mickey and Mallory for us non-black people?
You don't know Mickey and Mallory?
No,
What was the movie with
you don't know it either, apparently.
No, I forgot that. My mind just went blank because I thought you guys would have
Ghostface,
known the reference.
Ghostface, what's up, Ghostface? You tell me what it is, because I don't know what he's talking about.
What's the name of the movie?
Natural Born Killers.
Natural Boy Killers. There you go. Thank you.
Otto, you've never
MBK.
seen this?
No,
You
no,
never
no,
seen
I'm
Natural
not.
Boy Killers?
No, I thought it was an urban thing. Sorry. Carry on.
No,
You're
that's
so racist.
and I knew the movie, but then when you asked me, my mind went blank because I was surprised more that you didn't know who they were. I was like,
You said
wait,
Mickey Mallory. I'm like, this must be some urban thing from like, because
no.
last time you brought up like that show that nobody watched, that you were comparing it to Friends. So I thought it was like something like that.
I didn't bring that up. That was a private conversation we had, sir. But that'd
Oh,
be
sorry,
another
sorry.
topic. Yeah.
Unpopular opinion. Unpopular opinion.
Here we
That's
go.
Oliver Stone's only good movie.
Didn't
I probably would agree with
Quentin,
that.
didn't Quentin write that?
I don't know.
Isn't that a Tarantino thing? Because Quentin wrote it, I think.
My,
But it's Oliver Stone directed.
But then Kanye said he wrote it. So
That's true.
and here we are getting sidetracked.
So John, I
I
can't
want to know
believe you
why he watched
watched
it
it 4
4
times.
times. Thank
John,
you.
you watched it
That's
4
more
times.
important. That's more important.
I'll explain it to you.
Okay.
One, almost all
Who's
movies
watching
I
The
love.
Criminals, John? Who's supposed to be fucking? You're supposed to be working, John. Jesus.
Thank you.
So
You talking about
almost all
working
movies
20-hour shifts?
if
No,
I
you watching
love
Halloween
characters,
again?
like if I love characters, I'll watch a movie. I'll give a movie if I don't like it. Usually, I'll give it a second chance just because, like for instance, I'm a fan of the Saw series, the Saw franchise. But as it started to get bad, even the bad ones are like, you know what, give me another chance. I'll watch it again. This being Michael, my favorite killer of all time, and Halloween being my favorite franchise of all time, I needed to make sure that I watched it and gave it a chance at least a second time. And I did that. But in the second time, I saw more in it than I was like, I don't know, there's something there. So that's what made me watch it the third time. Then I thought I was done with the 3 times. I thought I was done. The third time doesn't really count though, because I was watching it. It was really watching me while I was painting. But
Painting what?
Were
what,
you painting Freddy?
What paint were you?
I was painting nudes.
Oh, okay.
What was the paintbrush?
Was it nude Freddy?
Well, I paint with my, you know.
Yes, but continue.
They sell well on eBay. So,
Nice.
anyway,
Can't knock the hustle.
but and so I was done with the third time. But then Otto sent me that Twitter, and she had a few things I was thinking she was able to express in a way more artistic, amazing way. And I was like, you know what? Let me watch it one more time and pay attention without my Michael love but my Halloween love, because as a fan of Michael, if I don't see him for 40 minutes and then he's not killing people left and right, like I don't mind waiting, but then go crazy. Don't make me wait and then kill nobody. He killed 2 people in the
coming
entire
off
film.
Of Kills, because Kills had such great, amazing kills in it. So I see where you're coming from.
But so Kills, I actually watched again after Halloween ends.
Oh.
And Kills actually has a higher score for me. Actually, if I had to rate Kills now, I would probably go low dope.
Because of the comparison to Ends?
No, as his own movie. So the thing that you guys have problems with, like the Evil Dies Tonight and shit, I don't really care about. They were trying to use the nowadays thing with the protests and thing going on. They used it. All I know is Michael killed. The first 5 minutes of him and the firefighters alone is one of the best fucking slaughter scenes in cinema history. All right?
But does it really make sense that he's walking around? I mean, I haven't watched it in a while, but does it really make sense that he's fucking up all these firefighters? And does the CG hold up? I feel like the CG was bad with the fire. I don't remember.
Nah, the CG was bad with the fire.
It was good. Right.
John doesn't kill. John doesn't care. He was killing. That's all he cared about.
That's true. John doesn't.
That's all he cared about.
But no, see, they were able to do the CG with the killing easy because all the firemen had their mask on, so it was just blood splatters on masks. It wasn't. You didn't have to worry about.
But I mean, overall, I just mean overall, you didn't care about story, anything else, because he was killing. That's all you cared about.
No, but even the story, I didn't mind the way they traveled. But anyway, I don't want to do another Halloween Kills review. Halloween Ends. the parts I hated were all because of Michael not being there, Michael not getting enough kills. Once I take that part out of the equation, as a Michael fan and as a Halloween movie, understanding what they meant to do originally with the first Halloween back in the day, the reason why Halloween 3 Michael's not in it, I was like, all right, they're trying to make it that the town of Haddonfield is what's going on, and things happen there. Like when they're talking like the woman who hung herself, they're like the person who got shot. Like, is it really because of Michael, or is the town just crazy? Do people having a problem in the town? And then again, building this guy. By the way, he did not kill that kid. I disagree with you guys.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
He
I didn't say that. That was Paul being racist.
He didn't
So
kill
who
that
killed
kid.
him? So who killed him?
The kid died by circumstances of his hand, but he didn't kill that kid. He didn't know the kid was right behind the door when he kicked it like that. He didn't know the footage of the square house they're gonna fall right over the banister.
He threw him over the banister.
The
He
kid was
didn't
being
throw him.
annoying.
He kicked him, and the kid fell over the banister. He didn't throw him over the banister.
The
killed
kid
What movie
deserved
you
it.
watch, bro? You just want to throw some kids. That's what it is.
He killed
Anyway,
that kid.
but no, the movie itself. Obviously, as a fan, I do have a problem with him out wrestling Michael and taking his mask. However, with the way they're going with that old route, he's old and beaten. Okay, I understand how this younger kid overpowered you, took your mask, whatever. I get that. So leaving that alone, the kid who played Corey, I thought did a really good job. I like the way they did the movie overall. I like the kills he had, and I love the fact that when he took the Michael mask on, he did some Michael style killing, and then they were like, oh well, everyone's thinking he's gonna take over for Michael, and then he gets killed and he dies, and you're like, so the story ends. There's no one taking over Michael's mantle, and
He killed
Michael's
himself.
dead. Well, we don't know if he wasn't bleeding out anyway. He might have died regardless. We don't know.
Because he tried to frame Lori. It was stupid.
He barely stabbed himself in the neck.
Yeah. And then she takes the knife out like, wait, no, why am I holding this? No, it was stupid. It was stupid.
So obviously you never stab somebody. Sometimes you take the knife out yourself like, oh shit,
Exactly.
I fucked up.
Yeah, oops.
Get it together, Paul.
He stabbed himself. She had no reason to take the knife out. Like, that was dumb.
He was trying to save her. She was trying to save him.
Everyone has watched CSI. You don't put the evidence. You don't leave forensics. You don't put DNA on the murder weapon. You don't do that.
My only beef at all was that Lori, although she was a little tough with the school bullies, like trying to stand up for yourself and popping a tire shit, for the most part, she kind of played like a timid, like shy pussy. When the last two movies, she was training all her life in fighting. Well, technically the first movie.
She was trying to move
on. She was a timid, shy pussy in 1978, so it was kind of a throwback to that. Like, she can finally live her life a little bit, because she did say she's gonna let Mike go and start writing little erotic novels and shit.
And shout out to the police dude. You know what I'm saying? Brought us some vegetables, and they about to.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even though there's no way he would have survived kills, but somehow he's back. He's chilling. He's walking around. It's all good. Now, John, would you say that this movie would have benefited from more Busta Rhymes kung fu?
Wouldn't every movie?
No,
you see,
I actually forgot about the Busta. I truly forgot about it. I don't have to remind me. He sent me literally the YouTube clip. I forgot about his, because I've only seen Resurrection like once. I don't think I've ever watched it a second time in my life. Because it's the worst movie of them all.
When you first saw this movie, for context, children, whoever's watching, he was so upset he thought that the Resurrections was better, and I was like, no, let me refresh your memory, my friend. He does a roundhouse kick to Michael, and then he also electrocutes his testicles. That happens in a motion picture released in theaters. Okay, that was truly the end of fucking Michael Myers.
But to be fair,
so Evil died that night.
To be fair, Michael was rocking the Rosie O'Donnell mask.
He was rocking the Rosie mask.
You can't be tough in the Rosie O'Donnell mask.
So what you're saying is Evil died.
Mask also.
Evil died that night, is what you're saying.
Evil died that night for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so I actually like it as a trilogy. I think it's a solid trilogy. I didn't mind the wrap up because you truly killed the evil. It's not like Jason or like some supernatural thing where he's gonna come back because of a heart. Like no, he's dead. So unless you reboot the entire franchise, he's gone. And now you could either make a Halloween 4 and do like the town, or you could leave it alone completely.
Because where was the Corey kid's body at?
I mean, Corey's definitely dead. And the reaction to this movie, he's not coming back. This is done, but the next reboot is definitely coming in like a couple of years, so it's fine. We'll be there day one for Michael, regardless.
Who's doing it though? We got the Blumhouse. We get
Blumhouse
Zombie.
The license.
Jordan Peele. I'm saying who's gonna do it next though. We had Zombie. We got Jordan Peele next.
I mean, it's got to be somebody who's willing to cast Michael as a trans black person.
Jordan Peele.
So who maybe Jordan Peele. I don't know. John, what do you think?
I hope they leave it alone. To me personally, even with this being done and Halloween 8, I still think
John, it's only been 13 movies.
I still think Halloween is the best horror franchise of all time.
But personally. I'm sorry, did you mention the best horror franchise of all time?
Sir, you do realize that most people never even seen anything past Chucky 3.
So it's based on views?
So you understand that. It can't be a great franchise. Why is his eyes so blue?
You look like you, motherfucker. So you should like this fucking
I don't
shit.
have blue eyes. I have beautiful green eyes, sir.
Oh, my
See,
bad.
you got to
The
stare at
filter,
them
the
more.
filter, the filter.
My
The
little, my,
filter.
my, my little Nazi son has the blue eyes.
That's who I was gonna be
I don't know
straight
where he
with.
got them from,
That's what I was gonna say.
but
Make it make
no,
sense.
sir, Paul.
Yeah.
After maybe Bride of Chucky, did you see any of the Chuckies?
Um,
How are you using Paul, who doesn't watch horror? Get out of here, bro. Your argument's
because
already
Chucky,
done.
because to me Chucky's not really horror; it's comedy. But
Excuse me.
I saw
Look at the blue eyes.
What is?
there was one
There's
after the
nothing funny
Bride of
about
Chucky.
this.
There was another one after the Bride of Chucky where they were like, what was it? What was the one? What was
Seed
the one?
of
That,
Chucky?
Seed of Chucky.
Seed of Chucky. Yes, yes, yes. I think I saw that one like a bootleg download or something. Yeah, that was about it. That
I
was
feel like
after that. I
Chucky
was
kind
done.
of
I was done.
after Bride of Chucky, he went the way of Hellraiser, where it's like I'm gonna make some straight to DVD movies.
Yeah,
How dare
and that's what that was.
How dare
That's
you?
why.
How dare you?
That's
We're
what,
talking about someone who's literally still has a franchise. None of this peacock bullshit. All right. Anyway,
well,
you
He
were
did the
what,
saying,
TV
Paul.
show.
so
He did a
the
TV show
new
on Peacock,
Chucky.
didn't
Yeah, the Chucky show is on what now?
It's on it's on USA and Sci-Fi
he?
simultaneously.
It's not a Peacock show.
It's on season 2. No, it's not a Peacock show. Peacock's fucking, they get it afterwards.
So where could I watch that if I don't watch TV? I just stream stuff. What
Blu-ray,
streaming app?
baby. Blu-ray.
No streaming services have it.
Peacock.
At the moment, no.
So it'll be on Tubi TV.
In like 3 days, it'll be on Peacock. Yo, shout out to Tubi though. Tubi be coming through in the clutch.
Absolutely.
The movie I wanted to see the other day, and I couldn't find no streaming service. And Tubi was like, "I got it. You got to watch 30-minute commercials, but I got it."
Yeah. But not Tubi is now the straight to DVD.
What,
It's straight
John,
to streaming.
what gay porn were you looking that you only found it on Tubi? What are you
No. The gay porn I have on my Grindr app. My boyfriend just sent them to me.
Okay.
I don't.
It's
what
the
was
Halloween
the horror
episode,
movie? I gotta
guys.
remember which one it was. It's on my Tubi. I literally look it up. But I put, because what I do is when I'm looking for a movie, I put the movie name and I put stream now, and it literally pops up YouTube, all that. And Tubi's the only one had it for free. I was like, all right, but it's fucking 30-second commercials every like 30 minutes. Gets a little annoying, but it works. Unlike you, sir. Well, let me not. Not everyone is a Pirate of the Caribbean, sir.
Yeah, I was gonna say you work in a prison. Just pirate it and just watch it.
Some of them
in prison, sir.
Some of them gotta have the DVDs. They got the DVDs.
Sidebar.
I know they got some of them got them in there. It's contraband, but they got the movie reels. But anyway, so we're gonna talk about some more movies and stuff. So I like Otto has said, and make it seem like it's a knock against me. I'm not a big person in the horror genre. Now they're not even scary really anymore.
This man.
Yeah. But whatever. What some would consider horror, the movies I've seen this year, Smile, which again it's not scary movie, sci-fi horror, if you will.
You said Smile wasn't scary?
No, I wouldn't consider it a scary movie. Like a Michael Myers. I wouldn't consider it that. I wouldn't. I think it was more. So we can talk about it, and we've all seen it. If you haven't, spoiler alerts. I think they delved into a little bit more of the PTSD and trauma aspects of things, whereas we don't really see a monster, if you will, until the end. And even that monster is kind of in your head, and it's like a Freddy Krueger kind of thing. But majority of the movie is on some what's the Denzel Washington movie? We touch people and the spirit passed on.
Fallen.
Fallen. See, I can't think of movies today for some reason. Yeah, a lot of it was that where the smart person smiles in front of you, and your trauma is now the zombie now feeds off of your trauma. So it was more so a trauma discussion. She worked in the hospital and spoke to trauma patients and mental patients. So they delved more into that more than like there's a monster after me. It's gonna kill me. It's gonna kill you next. You know what I'm saying? It was, and the black dude, shout out to the black dude, was the only one that broke the cycle. But then when she tried to bring it, he's like, get out of here, get this white bitch out of here. She got that shit brought in here.
How did said gentleman break the cycle? I forget.
He killed somebody else instead of killing himself.
Oh, it makes sense.
Oh, he said because black people are murderers. Free Kanye.
Yes, we would rather take someone else out than kill ourselves. Yes.
He killed an innocent person.
Innocent? We don't know. We don't know how innocent that person was.
Oh,
I don't judge. There's only one person that can judge.
Prison for killing the kid. Get out of here, bro, with his bias.
Well, he did go to prison for killing the kid because he did kill the kid, and the black dude went to jail for killing whoever he killed. Yes, he broke this, but he's alive. Those other people died. The demon monster thing got him.
He's not alive because I fell asleep on my watch and he stabbed him. He was at my prison.
Fell asleep,
buddy. That's
fell
in the director's
asleep.
cut.
Yeah, fell asleep as they do. Right, right. Now, to me, like I said, I wouldn't consider that a scary movie. I think there's other movies where they focus more on a monster or some kind of a boogeyman. This movie didn't really focus on a boogeyman.
So
I
because
think
it was psychological, you don't consider it scary. That's very interesting. But if you were to recommend it to somebody and they were like, "Oh, I don't like scary movies," you wouldn't say, "Hey, go watch this," right?
that's what I said. It's sci-fi horror. Uh, just like Fallen. There's no monster in it. It's more of a, you know, it's an
Wait,
invisible.
hold on. I'm not.
But
I'm
there's
trying to dig in the
literally a
brain that is
monster.
Paul.
There's
So
literally
you're
a monster
saying.
at the end of the movie.
So let
Yeah.
me get this straight. Though. Hold on, because I'm trying to get in the mind of Paul. You're
hmm
saying any movie that's based on something like this, where possession is not a horror, scary movie. It's
No, that's not what I said. This movie, particularly this movie, to me, I would not consider that. Now, yes,
but
there
this
are
is like
possession
possession. Like
movies.
what's the difference between like
There
this,
are
Ring,
possession.
Grudge? What's the difference?
Again, to
Possession.
to me, The Ring. Yes, there's more monster element to it. It's more scary. It has more jumps. This movie didn't. This movie to me focused more on real world mental
Trauma,
things that
trauma.
people. Yes, I think it. So even if they tried to use something real to make it scary, I think they focus more on the real aspect. Whereas most of those things and what we consider scary movies, to me, are more science fiction. This one they tried to make it a little more non-fictional and dealt with more of trauma and stuff that people deal with internally. The monsters in your head, what you're dealing with, how people don't believe you when you tell them you're going through things. You're not sleeping. She wasn't sleeping. She's sleepwalking. She put the cat in the box, and they flipped out on her, and they're not under. She's trying to explain to them. So it was more of when people try to tell you, I'm dealing with a disorder. I'm dealing with trauma. I'm dealing with you know you know, any kind of mental situation, and you try to explain it to people, and they treat you as there's some kind of a what's wrong with that? Don't talk to that person. They got stuff, Oh, you bipolar. Oh, you this, you're that. And that's what to me. That's what I took more from the movie. I took
So
more. Yes, there is a monster in it. Yes,
on the
but I
grade
think
pending scale overall, though, what did you give it?
I would give it because I think it was deeper than I expected. I would give it a dope.
Nice.
Not a high dope, not like what I'm saying, but it was better than a man. I think the story was better than I expected going into it. The story was something that I was like, wow, that's deeper than most when we try to because mental health is something that a lot of people focus on nowadays. So the fact that they kind of spoke to that and dealt with her what she dealt with and how her older sister was like, yo, mom was I got up out of there. You gotta let that go. Like, it's the way different people handle, different situations. And that was more, and she was the only one that followed the trail. I was like, dude, y'all don't realize that this thing has a trail. Y'all just let it, what I'm saying? But she delved into it, but nobody believed her because they're like, oh, you're still thinking about your mom. Yeah, you need
Did
to let
you
that
did
get
you did you like it more than Nope?
more than nope.
And do you consider Nope a horror movie?
So once again, I think it was very sci-fi horror, not a scary movie again. Even though there is a monster again, there is an alien. So once again, spoiler alert for anybody who have not seen. And like I said, it's just a special episode where we talk about a lot of movies here. I think to me, Nope was more layered because Jordan Peele likes to throw in little subtleties, whereas Smile was more direct. It literally told you what it was about, what the smile meant. I think they told you more. They didn't try to hide anything. Whereas Jordan Peele put little tidbits in it, speaking on spectacle and how animals respond to things. And I think it was a little more detailed, and I like that more because I left the movie thinking more and trying to dissect it and I wanted to watch it again to see let me see what I didn't notice and what I didn't know that meant something and the way he used colors, the way he named the animals, the way he it was more layered. So I like things with more layers to them. So for me, I would put Nope as a dope as well as a higher dope. I think was better than Smile.
Did you now we're gonna go back and check the tape because I'm pretty sure you gave it a man when we reviewed it. One, two. Did
We didn't
you
review
like
we didn't review
say
Nope.
again?
I mean we didn't review Nope.
I'll pull up the screenshots.
Did
I'm
we?
pretty sure we did.
I'm pretty sure we did, my guy. And
I
you
I
and
remember
remember bitching
Jared.
about the cloud monster thingy.
Yeah.
I think
You run
we
a
did not
website, right?
we did not review Nope.
I'll pull up on 2021vision.com right now as I see you're trying to do
I'm
it.
going right now.
No,
Yeah.
but you're on Pornhub. You're on Pornhub. No.
Oops. Wait. Hold
No.
on. Wrong link. Wrong link.
So did you like it more than Terrifier 2?
We did not do Nope. Thank you guys. No, I
We
wasn't.
definitely did Terrifier 2 though, right?
No, we did not do that either. But yeah, I know we didn't review Nope. I wanted to because, like I said, to me there's so many layers to that movie. I would love to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
But
Right.
surprised though. It's such a big movie.
you changed your schedule, sir.
I didn't change. The
I'm
Department
pretty
of New
sure.
York State changed my name.
Well, let's get Hokel on the phone and do something about that. All right? She
Not,
messing up.
not if not if I have anything to say about it. It'd be someone else.
Well, yeah. Well, she's there now, so we want to get we want action now. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to wait. But yes, so we did not do Nope. We also did not talk about a few movies that came out this year that you guys would more so want to discuss. So those are the ones I pretty much saw. I'm trying to think, was there anything else that I saw that came out this year? Probably not.
I think you said you wanted to discuss the Candace Owens documentary.
That's
And what else?
no. We're talking about scary movies right now. I don't think that's a
Yeah, I thought
documentary.
that's what you were talking about.
That's a
Real quick, because
documentary.
both you piece of shits gave a score for Smile, and I ain't say nothing.
Oh,
Bitches.
okay.
My
Go
bad.
ahead.
Anyway,
That's Otto taking over the show. You know what I mean?
I really enjoyed it as well. I do want to go with Dope. I would have went high Dope, but in my opinion, the best scare of it, and one of the ones that would probably have the best crowd reaction, was Given Away in the fucking
In
trailer.
the commercial. Yeah, I agree.
That
I
car
agree.
scene when the sister runs to the car, that would have worked so well to a non-suspecting audience. So well.
My counter to you is that scene sold people to go see it. And that's why it made so much fucking money, because people wanted to see it. It was a good scene. But I agree that it would have worked better blinds, which is why I try to avoid fucking trailers as much as possible.
I it's not no man shit, but like I watch so many horror movies, like they don't really affect me at all. That I think I might have jumped in the theater for if I would have seen it unknown.
But John, you're not mentally ill like, well, you are, but you're not like mentally ill like Paul is, where he's like, oh, it's not a scary movie because what?
Oh no, that's definitely a horror movie. A scary movie, yeah.
Right? Yeah, they're all scary movies. I don't
but
know
then again, at the same time, though, I argue all the time that I think that Fallen actually, which we used to argue with Tyrone about, Fallen and I think Silence of the Lambs are also horror movies.
Okay.
And a lot of people consider them psychological dramas.
That's
what
I was
how,
saying.
When we got Oscar nominated.
Psychological horror.
I think horror.
But I still think it's a sub. I don't think it's. I wouldn't put them in the same category though. We can call it psychological horror or something. I think they're different. I just can't.
I wouldn't put the same time though.
Like speaking about Jordan Peele himself, like to me, Get Out and Us are definitely in that vein of horror where Nope can argue more the sci-fi. Like it's not. It has its elements, but it's not.
Get Out was documentary.
Have you? Because John, I remember you weren't crazy about it because you had higher hopes for it. Have you come around on it, and did you consider it better than Smile? Same question that I asked.
I haven't come around on it, but at the same time, I also have not watched it a second time. I'm waiting for it to be streaming because I was gonna buy it when it came out.
You're not gonna buy it.
I was gonna buy it when it came out, and I was like, and I saw the date, and I was like, I didn't like it enough to buy it, and it's coming out in 2 weeks on streaming. I'll just wait for streaming.
So you guys discussed it without me. How dare you? I'm offended.
You're in the same group chat.
I am offended. Again, the same way y'all said we did a show about it. Y'all talked it without me. I don't know what you're talking about. So what was your grade, John? Since we're here now at this point, what is your grade for Nope?
For Nope?
Yeah.
Nope. It from what I remember from it, it definitely would have been like maybe a high meh. I thought it was shot beautifully, but it didn't give
pull up the episode. I know you got hacked.
We
that
did
one
not
time.
record.
When you got hacked, did they delete the fucking Nope episode?
We did not do an episode for Nope.
Obviously, the proof's there. You could see if we did it or not. But I actually thought we did. I really thought we did.
Yeah, and I wanted to.
This guy deleted it.
No, we did not. No, we did not. I put every episode on the website.
Me and Otto hang out a lot, naked with a lot of drugs, so it could be one of those things.
No, I
think
it's
that's exactly what it was. And you didn't
I went to
invite
touch
me.
him, and he was like, "Nope, nope," and I was like, "Oh."
And you didn't invite me. So Otto, before we move on to the other movies, I got the Batman mask. I thought that was cool. That's not cool. I'm not cool.
Not for
Otto, Smile, Nope. Yes. We talked about it. Your turn to talk about it. Smile first. Go.
Oh, good point. Smile was good. It's hard for me to talk about movies that came out 8 years ago. We definitely should have done this, 8 years ago when it came out. If you know me, I go to movies every Thursday, sometimes Sundays too, to watch everything that comes out for the most part because I love cinema, and I enjoyed Smile a lot. I did. It was like It Follows, and I like that
It
they went
follows another
there.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that they went there in the end. Actually, showed the monster, really cool monster designs. It's been a good year for horror, man, all around. I liked it. I would definitely give it a dope.
Quick question
Did
before
I
you move
like it?
on.
Did I
Hold
like
on,
it
hold on, hold on,
more
hold on,
than
hold on, hold on. Before you move on, did the monster remind you of John Leguizamo's clown from Spawn?
his name is Violator? You fuck. Jesus Christ, John. Who? How do you let this guy run a show? He doesn't even know how to. Are you afraid of clowns?
Answer the
Is that what?
question.
Is that why you won't watch Terrifier? Because you're afraid
You're
of clowns?
deflecting. You're
I'm not
deflecting.
deflecting.
Answer the question.
I could see where you would say that because you don't watch enough horror shit. But yes, sure. But with much better graphics, definitely.
Well, Spawn
Uh,
was back then. They didn't have technology back then. Yeah.
Spawn still holds up though. I like Spawn. I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched it in a
Absolutely.
while, but those are that was a was it? Yeah, that was way before Blade. So that was
Yeah.
a
Mhm.
black dude just fucking shit up in a hard R.
Mhm.
Hard R? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
hard R. Yeah, Violator, definitely.
Wait, the hard R for what?
The rating of the films.
Oh, because you said black dude with a hard R, and I was confused where you were going with that. Okay.
No,
Oh,
Kanye, settle down.
all right. Continue
So
now. Nope. Oh, sorry, John. Oh,
Yeah.
no, so I have a question. I
Go
mean,
ahead.
I know you're not a big horror person, Paul, but both of you guys, as far as anticipation goes, what do you guys feel was the biggest disappointment for you when it comes to horror this year?
well, I would leave that to you guys because the ones that I did see didn't disappoint me.
Men.
I saw
That
Smile. What was the Black Phone? Uh, nope.
why gotta be a black phone?
I didn't make the movie. I asked the director. Halloween Ends is the biggest disappointment for me. There you go.
I
Halloween
agree
Was
Ends.
with
it
Otto.
was it a disappointment for you since you knew it was gonna suck and you thought it was gonna suck and then it sucked? It wasn't really a disappointment.
It was a disappointment because I knew it was gonna suck because I knew already going into it that uh, it was like a whole love story irrelevance. Then as I said, to me, it was big. It was a little bit better than I expected from the word of mouth that I heard, but it still was
Therefore, it was the opposite of a disappointment. You loved it. Carry on.
didn't love it. No, they still didn't love it. It was
But
it was a disappointment that they made it and they didn't give it a great conclusion. If I would have liked the trilogy with a better conclusion. So
I definitely I agree with Otto. It was Men. I was really really excited to watch Men.
Oh, John, I didn't know you watched it. Nice.
Yeah. I was
I
really
don't know
really
what
excited
men
to watch it.
is.
Well, you can't have a movie called Men and me not watch it. Like there wasn't enough dick in the movie, but that's not the point. Anyway,
There was dick in
but
the
no,
movie though.
but not enough though. And there was only one guy's dick multiple times. But anyway,
Paul, check it out.
No, I'm good. I think I'm good on that.
Actually, you know what? Hold on, Otto. I actually think Paul. Speaking of which, about mental health and stuff, you actually might enjoy Men. I liked it.
I would
did
enjoy
like
Men.
It just wasn't. I did like it, but it wasn't what I was hoping for. It wasn't what I expected. I expected more from. In my opinion, I love A24. I love what they do, but I think they have back-to-back misses. I didn't like Lamb. I tried. I didn't like
I didn't
Lamb.
even bother with Lamb. I didn't even bother with Lamb.
And then well, I like what they do, so I was gonna give it a chance. I didn't like Lamb, and now this one is another. I don't want to say it's a miss. It's a good movie, but I'll probably never watch it again. And I watch a lot of good movies again.
It's a one and done for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I like what they did. The only part that makes me want to watch it again is just maybe pick it apart. Like maybe there's something more I'm missing. But I kind of feel like I understand it. But I think I do think, Paul, you might like it because of the way it touches on things and the meanings of things. Like the same way you like Fall In, the same way you like Nope. There's a lot of hidden imagery behind it as well.
I'll check it out based on your recommendation. What is it streaming on? Okay, never mind. So it's streaming on Pornhub or?
It's not streaming on nothing. So I'm old school in certain things. So that one I actually Redbox.
Okay.
I don't
have a Redbox account.
I like Redbox. I actually like Redbox a lot. If I'm not sure about a movie,
John, you live in the woods though.
Yeah.
I feel like
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like it's like an upstate thing, like Redbox.
Yeah,
what are we talking here? But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, you're right. Because if anything we leave in a box or something somewhere, that box might get snatched. You don't see the red box in the hood.
But Paul, you and I, I get what John's doing, and I would hate to have to do that. But you and I are pirates, so if there's a movie we really want to see, we'll figure it out. We'll Johnny Depp that shit.
I'm just here for the booty.
Yeah, but that's why I asked first. If it's streaming on something, then I'll check it out. If not, I have ways.
I don't think it's anything yet. It should be. I'm surprised it's not by now though.
When did it come out?
Came out in March.
3 months.
And now it's on.
Yeah,
now it's been on Blu-ray for like at least 3 months.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll check it out.
Speaking of which,
but wait. So we're not gonna get Otto's grade on what was it? You did Smile. Now, nope.
Just scroll up, motherfucker. We shot this video already.
We did not.
We did because
Mm-mm.
okay.
Mm-mm.
I'm a little bit biased because in the
Mhm.
film Nope, Jordan Peele, who was previously attached to direct the live-action adaptation of Akira that's been in development hell for 10 plus years,
Mhm.
there's an iconic Kaneda bike scene, and this
Mhm.
motherfucker threw that shit in there. So,
Mhm.
like I said, I'm an American. I watch films on opening day. So on opening night, I went and I saw fucking Nope, and the fucking out of nowhere Kiki on the Akira bike doing the Akira bike scene. I was like pointing at the screen, fucking Leonardo DiCaprio style. And I went on Twitter and I was like, Jordan Peele, you mad lad. And I attached a GIF of the Akira fucking, and then this motherfucker liked my shit. So technically, this parasocial relationship that I have with this black man, he liked my tweet, so automatically gets an awesome.
Awesome.
No, that's not true. but I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. I didn't have the expectations that John did because John was like, "Oh, it's gonna be layers and levels and shit." I'm like, "All right, Get Out was Get
Mhm.
Out. I own it. I get it. It was
Mhm.
good. Surprising because it came out of nowhere, right? Us, I saw Us once at the theater. The trailer for Us is fucking immaculate. I got 5 on it. Fantastic. And then the movie was like, it was okay. The ending was eh. So for this, I was like, okay, I like the cast. Let's see if it can bring it home. And then I liked it, but there was a lot of photography stuff in there, and I enjoy that, and a lot of fucking just amazing wide shots. And I saw it again, fucking RPX in a giant theater, and yeah, definitely dope for sure. And again, you can hear me say this in the review that we did months ago on YouTube that Paul deleted, but now he's saying big Jewish media deleted it. Carry on.
I didn't say that. I
I'm
just said we never recorded it.
I'm surprised. I watched Get Up. I mean Get Up. You mean Get Out?
Get
Get
up.
Up. I mean
Get up, get
Get up.
anyway,
Shout out.
I watched
That was
Get
the
Out
Chadwick
and
Boseman
Us
movie. Yeah. Get up. It's
2
good.
times last week.
Get
Both
on
of
up.
Wait, what? Why, John? Who's
Hold
watching
on.
The Prisoners? Who?
I can tell you why. I may or may not been on a hospital trip with a high risk person, and I had to sit there and in the hospital room watch whatever they want to watch, and that's what was on the TV thing that you can't touch. And it was 2 nights in a row. It was Get Out followed by Us, and Get Out followed by Us.
What
And I
channel?
still love them both. USA.
Mm.
Oh, it's heavily edited, and
I still love them both, though. I still love
So
both
how
of them.
many
I
Chucky
still
commercials? How many
I,
Chucky commercials did you
a
watch?
lot of Chucky commercials actually.
Yeah, baby.
I don't
Listen,
love
yeah.
Us. I
talk
love
shit.
Get Out. I don't love
I
Us.
talk shit, but I actually like the Chucky TV show. Well, the first season. I got to see the second season. Even
Yeah, I
though
haven't
it's
seen it
a
yet.
weird relationship he has with a gay kid, he's underage. It's just a lot of weird stuff going on with Chucky. But I don't judge because nowadays it's allowed, so it's
Yes.
fine.
First of all,
Yeah.
Chucky is super gay friendly, a gay horror icon, and
Nothing
there's
wrong
nothing
with
wrong
that.
with that.
That's the part.
There's
That's the
nothing
The
wrong
child
with that.
part.
And he's a grown ass man in this, John.
Yeah, but
and
as
he
a
grew up.
child, that's the problem with him and a child having some sort of relationship. Is not that there's something wrong with that. That's something wrong with.
He's like a 14-year-old boy who's confused at the world. And child like, let me touch you in the butt. I'm like, what? Chucky, what
John,
do you
that's
do?
part of the ritual. How else do you do brujeria? That's the only way to.
So Terrifier 2 is a movie that you guys. So what was the budget?
I think it was $250,000, $250,000,
$250,000.
And right now the profit is
Almost 8. Is that 8 million? So
It's almost at 8
7,750,000.
million, yeah.
So congratulations to that. Who's the company or who was behind it?
Nobody wanted to put money into it. So Damien got like some shady rich investors, the Jews.
Okay.
And we got this made, baby. We got this made. You know how Hollywood does.
Otto, did you contribute to a crowdfunding? Because you're known to do that for certain movies that you enjoy. So did you
I was not a producer on this, unfortunately, but I did buy the 4K. No, I did buy the regular Blu-ray Steelbook Special Edition. I did go support it in theaters. Not opening weekend because I went to watch Triangle of Sadness, which is also amazing and also will win. But hey, I still went to see it in theaters though, and I contributed. So technically, yes.
So Terrifier 2, now part 1.
Yes.
How long ago did it come out? I've never heard of this movie franchise.
2018, John?
I think 2016 actually. No, yeah, 2018. All Hallows Eve is
All Hallows Eve. Yeah.
So is that
it
another movie?
Short, it was based on a short. John, you can tell it.
Yeah, no, he's right. It was based on a short. It's a character from it that got a lot of love when the short came out, and they were like, oh shit, let's try to make a movie with this character, and they made, it's Damien's he's a lover of horror and practical effects, which is my favorite. Like, I hate CGI. I think practical effects is how it should be done, and this movie showed that it can still be done with fucking practical and be phenomenal
on a budget. and
Yeah,
still
on
get
a
it done.
budget,
And
and
looks
not only
fucking
that, but
amazing.
it's not like things like Friday the 13th and shit where there's a director directing and you have Tom Savini fucking doing work. This director was doing the fucking practical effects and fucking directing,
And
which is phenomenal,
editing and
and editing. And
fucking this man was doing everything.
so,
So,
long story short, the character got real popular from that, and then he did Terrifier 1, which was just a brutal fuck show. Like it's for slasher films, it has that gore effect, and that a lot of people like that, but it's not
see,
even that, in my
slasher. That's
opinion.
another
What?
genre again. Slasher is another
So
genre. I feel under that horror umbrella. So
yeah,
continue.
so this one hits the vein of slasher and gore because like
Yeah.
Michael to me isn't gore.
Okay.
He's a slasher, but he's not gory. He's not ripping people's intestines out in their face. This
Right.
guy hit both buttons. But what happened was the way I got introduced to it is actually my barber was like, yo, whenever we go to barbershop, he's always playing horror movies. Say, yo, you ever seen All Hallows? I was like, I checked it out. It was all right. I like the character. I was like, I like the character they had in it, but I didn't really care for the movie. And he was like, he has a movie now, and he showed me. And the dude who plays the Terrifier in the movie, like I remember watching, I'm like, yo, this is like Robert Englund kind of shit. Like the way he portrays the character.
His
The only difference
mannerism.
is the way he moves. The only difference is he's doing it without voice. Robert Englund, this guy doesn't talk.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful. I do question that. I tell Otto all the time, like he's called Art the Clown, but technically he's dressed and doesn't say anything, so he's a mime, in my opinion.
And part
the
two, they
mime does
call
black
him a
and white.
mime. Somebody calls
But-
him a mime in part 2, and then they die. So
Yeah, I wouldn't
there's
call
the
him mime
answer.
to his face.
There's your answer.
But the fans loved it, and to me, what made me most excited about this is that the fans loved it. They asked for it. The director did bust his ass to do it, and he delivered a film for the fans, and it's doing phenomenal. And I'm hyped because I was trying to Otto, and Otto told me he has to watch some lesbian gay couple movie, which I respect nowadays. But I went to go
You
see it
will
for
watch
faith.
Triangle of Sadness.
Originally-
When it's gonna win all the awards, you fucks. Mark my words.
Originally, when it was coming out, it was only supposed to be out that Thursday.
Yes.
Then, like 2 weeks later, it was like, like a week later, like, we'll do it for the weekend. They extended it to the weekend. I saw it the Thursday because it was one night only. So I saw it that Thursday. I rushed. Then they did it for the weekend. It did so well. It's been pushed to weekend after weekend after weekend. And now,
Organic word of mouth and taking advantage of fucking social media. One article, one pussy fainted, one pussy threw up, and it went viral. And they wrote article after article after article, and it hype.
1 second.
No problem. But I'll continue unless John's thrown up and or
the commitment, commitment to the promotion. Wow, the dedication.
So yeah, one person fainted while watching the movie because it is pretty intense and pretty graphic. One person threw up, and I know what scene they probably threw up at, and yeah, it started going viral, and then newspapers started picking it up, and more people started going. They kept adding shows, and yeah. It's done. It's theatrical release. From my understanding, this past weekend was the last Halloween's over, so it makes sense for it to be done. And now it's on streaming. But yeah, we're definitely gonna get a Terrifier 3, and it's so fucking good, dude. If you're a fan of slasher, you're saying amazing.
Terrifier 2 is the Top Gun Maverick of horror movies.
No, what? No.
He didn't have
in that it's amazing, sure, but that's
volleyball scene.
It came from out of nowhere. The fans hyped it. It had a longer run than expected. Nowhere.
I've been waiting for Tommy to do this for 20 fucking years. What are you talking about? Did you delete the Top Gun Maverick review too? Huh?
No, but you expected it. A lot of people. Did you really think it was gonna do that much money? You think it was gonna make?
Oh no.
That's what I'm saying.
I underestimated how many races we have in this country. So happy. I'm so happy.
Okay. I don't know how you underestimated that, but all right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
So Paul, whose dick do we gotta suck to make you watch this movie, bro? Come on.
It's not happening.
Now you said you would watch it if it's on streaming. It's on Vudu eventually.
I did not say that. I don't remember saying that.
Didn't you say that you would watch? You would check out a movie if it's on a streamer or someone recommends it to you?
If I'm interested in the movie, I'm not interested in this movie. I'm sorry.
Because you're scared of clowns?
Even with you guys promoting it, I don't
care.
I don't. I just told you. I
respect that.
My type of movies, I like the psychological. I like to think more than just they're cutting them up. Okay. I'm gonna give it a male or trash just because I don't care. It's not a movie that interests me. I watch it and it just
What made you want to watch Candyman?
It has a story. There's depth to it.
But you didn't know that.
Yes, I did.
We watched it all at the same time when it came out. You based on the trailer, you're saying the trailer did not before you.
Well, no, I think it's because the first one had
The
a story
first one
to it
had,
though. The
yeah,
first one had a depth to it. Like it
and
was
they
kind of in the same
continued
vein.
that they went into right. They
But
went
I
into that
mean,
story like there's a depth to it, and I thought they were going to expound more. Like don't get me wrong, it wasn't a great movie. I think, and I don't know if maybe they say COVID could have affected the process and things, but I like more depth to my movies, especially when I'm going to see it on streaming. I might give, but that I don't care. I have no interest in that movie,
see, I
and
look
there's
at it
nothing
like
nothing wrong with that. I just don't
I look
care.
at it like there's certain video games I like to play that like have a story and they're good. But
Sure,
sometimes I want to get Call of Duty and just shoot shit. And this is like one of those.
sure.
I mean, it's
Grand
still a
Theft
decent story,
Auto,
but it's just
sure.
I get it.
I
I get
play
it.
I play GTA, but I don't play. I don't know. I can't think of a game that I don't play that just wouldn't care about. I'm, I don't know. I can't think of anything like any game that would be like a different genre or something that I don't care
What about
for.
what about
It's
Barbarian?
Again, these movies are under my radar. They do not cross my path. They spark no interest other than
Have you
you
watched the
guys.
trailer?
Probably I don't know, but if I seen it, it didn't make me say I gotta go see that. I want to see it.
What the? So I'm
The
just trying
same.
to.
So okay. Let me answer your question, Otto. And we spoke about this.
Don't
And
use the N word. Don't
I
use the
wanted,
N word. I see
I,
you.
I wanted to do a review on a series on a Netflix special, if that's the N word you're talking
Oh, here
about.
we go. Here we go with the postman rights.
And
Go ahead.
you will not watch it. Why not?
Because I want to wait till season 2 is going to come out. It's a big commitment. It's like 30 hours. It's a lot. Yeah, you're doing that face
And
from the
that's
picture you always post.
yeah, because when I sense BS, I'm sorry, that's the face that happens. That's the face that I make when the BS sensor goes off.
yeah,
You're
Squid
gonna
Game is dope,
watch
bro. You
it,
should watch it.
and you're not, and hey, I
I
stop
am gonna.
asking.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I told when season 2 is coming out, I'm gonna watch it. But it's a much
And
bigger. It's a 10-hour invest commitment versus like a 2-hour commitment. But
not
what I want
really,
to know, I
because
just want to know.
you could binge it, or you could stuff you're interested in. You would invest in that time.
Agreed. Agreed. I'm
You're
very
not
racist.
interested in it,
No, because I'm racist.
so
Yeah, I get it.
you said
But
that, not me. But I'm not interested in
by the
certain
way, he's
movies.
dubbing my voice. I don't sound like this. He's fucking
No,
making me say shit.
So
One, two.
yeah.
But what I want to know is like you'll watch Smile, but
hmm
you won't watch Barbarian. So I'm like, what? Like, how does your brain work? I
Smile.
don't understand.
Give it up to Smile
The
and
trailer,
the marketing team.
the
When I
trailer.
seen the lady at the baseball game sitting there smiling, I thought that was dope. But then
All right.
I watched the trailer and I seen it. I was interested. Why is the person smiling before this happens? Like I wanted to know why. When
Okay.
when I look at Terrifier and stuff like that, one, I don't ask why, and from what you guys tell me, there is no why. It's just some killing stuff, which is
So
fine.
what I understand is that you need marketing. So if me and Otto
No,
dress up in front of your job and we just kill somebody,
no,
slaughter them in an art costume, you're
I'll
good.
do it.
no.
I'm with
You
it.
guys will go to jail because there's a lot of security at my job.
We can't use
But
mental health as
no,
an excuse.
God has a
you
bunch of
could
weapons.
try.
What are you talking about?
You could try. I wouldn't advise it because I love you guys, but by all means,
What else
it's
was on that list? It was Terrifier, Barbarian, The Great Chucky.
Chucky. So
It wasn't Chucky. You can't. It's
you
not even
wanted to
over
talk
yet. You
about
have to wait
that
till it
Chucky.
ends.
What I'm trying to think. What else did we miss? Anything on the?
What's the next movie you're looking forward to, Paul? Besides Whack Honda Forever.
Come on, son.
Besides that, I said.
Oh, besides that, the
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas
All
special.
right, take Spikey's cock out of your mouth for 2 seconds. Besides the Marvel
Yeah.
shit, what are you looking forward to?
Oh, but besides those two movies, Ant-Man Quantumania. I mean, what else is
Oh
coming
my
out?
god.
It's back to back, baby. The hits
John,
keep
this guy
coming.
gets paid
No, no,
2
no, no,
hours,
no.
dude.
I am looking forward to some other Jonathan Major movies. I guess Devotion, the movie where he's talk about the older fighter
Black
pilots and
Top
stuff.
Gun?
Black Top Gun, yes.
Is that the one you're talking about? Okay, yeah, that
Black
looks
Top
good. That
Top
does look good.
Gun Magnum. I think they were gonna call it, but they had to change the
That's
name.
good. That's the
They had
marketing right
for
there.
marketing. That's what they wanted to call it, but it was like Maverick so they called it Devotion. And also the Creed 3 trailer. Creed 3, I was
Yeah,
not
that's
interested
idea.
in. I wasn't
What?
interested in it at all. I thought they were gonna do Clubber Lang when I first saw that Jonathan Majors was bulking up. I'm glad to see that they didn't do another Clubber Lang story. So it's like, okay, it's a very simple story. Old friend went to jail. I'm mad at you. You ruined
Warrior.
my life. But the trailer got me. The trailer looked very good. I'm interested in it. Um, what else this year? I'm trying to think anything else come out this year. Again, the movies you guys
Man,
watch.
the man called Otto, bro. You're not looking forward to the man called Otto?
Well, they stole
With
the
Tom,
movie that we were working on. I wanted
with
to
Tom
create that
Hanks.
movie first to do your biopic,
What?
but
Remind me though. What is left this year besides?
yes, I'm trying to think what else is this year.
A man called Otto.
Wakanda Forever is the final movie of the year for me.
What?
Because the only blue people that I care about seeing are the Talican
Oh,
people from
I
the
forgot
water.
about that. You're
Mm.
right. You're right.
Yeah,
These
Yeah,
those are
movies
the
no.
are
only
I
blue
gone.
honestly,
people.
I'm actually mad at you, Paul, because I feel like you actually believed that what I was saying when I was like, "Oh, this movie's gonna be the greatest movie ever." Like,
No, I
oh,
was
okay.
making a point that even when I'm sarcastic, y'all don't let me rock. So I wasn't letting you rock with your sarcasm because
Because you
y'all
cash
jump me.
checks.
They
You
jump
cash
me in our
paychecks.
group
Touche,
chat. Y'all jump
touche.
me, and I had enough. Okay, had enough. All right, but yes, no. As far as this year, you know, what I'm saying Wakanda Forever. Um, I don't
All right,
know. I don't think there's
Paul.
anything else.
Pretend
November,
Feige
December.
can't hear you. Pretend nobody's watching. Do you really
Okay,
think the movie's gonna be good? Do you really have any interest in that film?
Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. That movie, yo, the trailer. I obviously was already looking forward to it. That first trailer was emotional. And then the second trailer showed more of the action. They're like, okay, you know, we're going to touch on Chadwick, but there's also gonna be some. All right, cool. Then early reactions have all been great, which of course I'm already bought my ticket. That didn't sell me on it, but the gripes that I'm hearing, and then, you know, people are saying that they didn't like about it. Some people say they feel it is too long, which is possible. I think it's like 240 minutes.
That's fucking crazy.
And it might drag, especially if they're gonna have a lot of emotional talking moments. So I got to see how they handle dialogue and conversation between characters. Um, but I think they're gonna introduce some things. I think they had to, especially once Feige said this is the finale of the Phase Four. I think we're gonna get some, and we're gonna talk about Phase Four. So guys, I think you guys we didn't get away from that. But I think this movie's gonna tie in some
Worst
things from
phase
Phase.
ever.
I think they're gonna
You,
tie in
yeah.
some things from the phase in this movie too. They're gonna get called back as well as Quantumania. I think it's gonna tie in some things that we've seen in this phase. I think this Phase Four is gonna make a lot more sense after
I'm,
these movies and going forward.
I'm hopeful, man. I actually am hyped for Wakanda Forever. I am.
Absolutely.
I'm hoping it does well. I like the way it looks. As long as they give my man Bosman, like Chadwick, like a nice send off of why a good explanation without going too far,
Hmm.
I'll accept it because they didn't have a choice what happened, and you know, passing the mantle. But
I
I'm hyped
heard
for it.
I heard the reason for T'Challa's passing. Now, are you guys aware of the recast T'Challa movement that went viral and stuff? Hashtag.
The recast what?
I'm aware that I would have preferred that. Yeah.
Yeah. So some people prefer, some people didn't.
Wait,
I'm of the
recast
feeling
what?
that recast
Recast
T'Challa.
the
T'Challa.
actor who passed
Oh,
away.
Yeah.
no, I'm against that.
So I feel like I would have preferred it, but I've also seen that there's some actors that didn't want to touch it, especially not so soon. So I feel like they went in between a rock and a hard place with it. So they could have done it. If you recast him, you're gonna piss some people off. You don't recast him, you're gonna piss some people off. So I think there was a lose lose, a win win in the situation. What I did hear is in the movie, T'Challa passes from an uncurable disease. And I think
To real
that
life.
but in this fantasy world of Marvel, it's like y'all, somebody could have Shuri could have figured something out. They could have called Banner. Somebody could have that doesn't work in this world that they've built for us
Mhm.
since 2008. You know what I'm saying? So that to me, that it's like I get it. Y'all wanted to connect it to the real life, but it doesn't work. When in this world, in this fantasy world, it could be cured.
Well, that's not true because Jane Foster fucking died.
That is true. She did die of cancer as well. That is true. That is
So
true.
maybe it makes sense in this bullshit ass Feige world. For fucking fuck Feige. Carry on.
Yeah, but
But that
they
is
died
true.
in. But he's from Wakanda where they heal spinal injuries and bullet wounds with a fucking
Right.
bead. So
Right.
I don't. I do
That's what I'm
understand. I
saying.
don't
To
like
me,
that
I
way of
feel
going
like
out, especially since that
yeah,
plays close to his real life
it's
character.
too
But
close to right
we'll see how they play it out.
because
I
Natalie
actually,
Portman is alive. So
yeah,
doing that is just like she don't want to do no more. So it
Whoa,
doesn't really
whoa,
have
whoa!
any
Don't break the
emotional.
illusion for me. What are you saying right
I'm
now?
just
No.
saying,
un,
there's no emotional attachment to that.
unlike
Some people
Otto,
are gonna hear that and not gonna really like it. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm not hating on my Spanish taco selling Neymar. You know that he's in
no more,
No
no
more.
more,
more,
No
no more,
more.
more.
no more.
But I'm not hating on him. I'm hoping he does a good job. him jumping with the little wings on his feet. I'm not gonna lie, that bothers the fuck out of me.
It looks
I,
bad,
But
dude.
I
It
liked
looks
it though. I
bad.
thought
I'm
it could have
hoping.
been worse. It's true to the comics. I thought it could have been worse.
In the comics, they don't draw that. They just draw them as wings.
Fine,
Obviously, they're fluttering, but they don't draw the
right?
fluttering.
But it was if they didn't flutter and he just hovered, it would be dope. I think you're focused too much on the flutter.
Yeah.
But it makes more sense to just somebody just hovering. You know what I'm saying? Without a
But
cape. Without a cape, you don't respect the hover.
like I was saying, I am hyped for it. I don't think it will save my opinion of Phase 4, but it definitely could help it.
No chance in hell.
It could make Phase 4 go a little higher as a better thing. But I'm hopeful. Like I said, I'm hopeful because at the moment, the last few DC films I like better than the last few Marvel films. So
You said that. We're not talking about DC. We're not talking about DC.
So well, no, I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying. We're not talking about them.
Yeah, starting with Shazam, then
I know what you're saying. We're not talking about them right now. We're not talking about them right now. Otto.
Yo, that Mikey paycheck is crazy.
No, because we're not talking about DC right now. Like, why you bring that up?
I
Like,
we're talking about the general movies that we're looking for.
No, you asked specifically about Wakanda Forever, so we're focusing on Wakanda Forever. So,
all right.
Otto, your thoughts
I'm definitely hopeful for Wakanda Forever. I'm definitely hopeful for that.
Otto,
I'm
excited. Get your racism out on the table.
Let's go, baby. This is where my time to shine.
I'll tell you
views and opinions
because I'm gonna sit next to him to watch it. So I'll tell you all the feelings.
The views and opinions of Otto, of what is it, Octavio Nunez, aka Namor, aka a man named Otto.
All right. So here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. Here's why I'm pro. They should have fucking recast the role.
Mm-hmm.
The same way they've done 007 and a million other fucking characters, is because a character of Black Panther is too important to a generation. You know,
T'Challa specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And in the comics, he's done a lot of stuff. Like he's a fucking king and a badass, and he marries Storm and a bunch of cool shit. And it would have been nice to get that representation going. Now I know they went MCU on it, and I know that in the comics there's been a female Black Panther too, so it's not a huge deal. But it just sucks to lose T'Challa. But we'll see how they do it. And then Mexican Namor looks so bad, like so bad. Now obviously they don't want to get the Aquaman thing or whatever.
Because you wanted a Speedo.
But they're gonna happen. I didn't want the Speedo, but it's gonna happen anyway. And if you're gonna fucking do it, get a guy who's fucking juiced to the gills. This guy's soft and doughy. Like, if we're gonna get
he's
gay,
in water all his life.
Let's get gay. If we're gonna get gay, let's get gay. Let's get fucking.
But Neymar not built,
dude. Come on.
Yeah, he's in the water. You can't get the abs right in water.
Namor should be, John. Mexican Namor should be. I don't know. Nothing. I guess what I'm saying is I'm trying to get something to hook me that makes me want to see it. And right now, the only thing that makes me want to see it is because Ryan Coogler hasn't missed yet. He hasn't made a bad film. I don't want to see. I don't want to see Cougs. I don't want to see a movie about Shuri. I don't want to see a movie about Mexican Namor. I don't want to see blue people versus black people. I don't want to see 3 hours of that.
If Namor rode through in Wakanda in a lowrider, would you be happier?
Yes.
Olale. Now, question to you, because I agree with you. With your thought, I would have preferred them to recast. I would have agreed with them to recast T'Challa, but like I said, there's also been some actors, John Boyega and I believe
John Boyega's never worked again. Who gives a fuck?
Wait, listen. Can I finish my thought? Wait, listen. He said he spoke to some of his guys as well, and they're like, "Yo, I didn't want to touch it right now." So a lot of them feel like it was too soon to even step in his shoes. Now, what if before he passed away, he shot the club up, and Nakia births T'Challa Jr., who gets to actually live the story of the young T'Challa, who in the comics was a young king and grew up. I'm asking. What if I don't know? I didn't see the movie yet. It comes out.
Yeah. I mean, I would be fine with.
But what if they do that? Yeah. Because a lot of people when they originally announced, for Civil War, and he got his father passed away right there and that was different from the comics. Whereas in the comics, but this could be more comic accurate.
The only problem with that is how many years you're going to jump to have him T'Challa, because you have to have, like, what are you going to have? Young T'Challa at 12? You still have to jump 12 years in the Marvel Universe.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We don't know. She might have had the kid and hit out on the low, because remember, Nakia didn't really stay in Wakanda. She traveled a lot. So she might have had the kid already during the blip, or we don't know. We don't even know when this takes place.
It could have been a love child thing.
Yeah.
Also, maybe the baby fell into the quantum realm and came back as a teenager.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So they again in this fantasy world, that could be the fix, which gives them some time to cast somebody later. By the time they do the next movie, and they can
It
go through
sounds
the
like you're
story
writing a
arc
better
of.
movie than the movie that we're gonna get. That's what
Well,
it
we
sounds
haven't
like.
seen it yet.
I
I trust Ryan Coogler. I
it might
trust
just
Ryan
be me.
Coogler. You know,
It might
but if
just
you
be me
notice
and
from
my man
the
crush on Michael B. Jordan. But I wish couldn't he just give him a Komodo bead in that
he's
stab wound and be like, all right,
dead.
and now he's the new Black Panther.
They
But
didn't
he
want to
didn't
bring
have
him
to be
back.
dead.
They
He
didn't want
didn't
to
have
bring
to
him
be
back.
dead.
But
But they
okay,
should have.
what if they bring him back? And what if there's
Then I'm
multiple Black
happy. Then I'm
Panthers?
happy. Then there's
There
jizz
could be multiple
everywhere.
Black. All right, so we
You
don't
bring back
know.
Michael B. Jordan, there's jizz everywhere, baby. What are we talking about?
Okay.
I'm not Steve Harvey's daughter. I'm for Michael B. Jordan. Let's go.
How do you
That's
guys
fucking
feel
there.
about? Because I remember the rumors for a little while was that people thought the fans that M'Baku would take over. How do you guys feel about him? As I feel like he's too tall to be Black Panther. I know that sounds dumb, but he is.
That is what a weird thing for you to say, John. How dare you?
Yeah. How do you
It
think
is.
too tall?
What do you got against muscles all of a sudden, John?
No,
You
it's
just
the
like
same
muscles.
thing. It's the same problem you have with people being too tall playing Wolverine. Black Panther is
fair.
not fucking 6'9".
But Hugh Jackman changed that, right?
No, he didn't.
No, I still
He
want
did.
my suit and my short guy. He did he did a phenomenal job. But I still wanted a
Okay.
shorter guy in the suit.
Yes.
I
They
didn't want
showed
jeans
that-
and a white beater.
Now,
Even
granted,
that is what he wore sometimes.
be clear. That's what one of the reasons that drew me to Wolverine. I love my favorite character. But however, Hugh
Because of the
Jackman,
white beater or because he's short?
because he's short and aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Berserker Barrage, baby. But
Rocky,
Hugh Jackman
That's
made it. He like it didn't matter. You know what I'm
Wait,
saying?
hold on,
That wasn't
hold on.
part
John
of his
has another
characteristic.
kid. Who the fuck is Rocky? John, you got another kid? What's going on?
my dog.
Oh, okay. Carry on.
Yeah, he's a boxer, so he's Rocky.
I
But
like
yeah,
it.
but yeah, we definitely. Wakanda's gonna be the next movie we probably talk about. I don't think anything else coming in important before now and then.
So you guys don't want to watch Triangle of Sadness? Is that what you're telling me?
Nah.
I want to know what it is, though. Send me a trailer. I really want to know what it is.
I don't want
know
you
what
to
was
see the
so
trailer.
good.
I want you to go in blind. I want you to trust me and go in blind. Woody Harrelson is in it, and you like Woody
I love Woody Harrelson.
in all
Yeah,
senses
that's
of
true.
the word. So fucking just check it out.
I love Woody Harrelson in every role he's ever done. Even Venom 2, I like his Carnage. I just hate the movie. But
See,
I like
now
him.
you're talking crazy because that wig is repugnant.
He is not
He's
his wig,
good.
sir.
He's good, but the wig is fucking
Yeah,
ridiculous.
He is not his wig.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
But Woody Harrelson does no wrong.
And right now, Wakanda Forever is like trending to be like the top 5 opening of all time or something like that. So
Stop
they sold the
Stop
tickets.
yourself. It's not
They
gonna
sold
happen.
they
But so
sold
is
the
Avatar
tickets.
2.
They didn't announce that one yet.
Black Adam exists. Hello.
Yeah, and it's The Rock's highest movie, but it's nowhere near the top 5. But hey, good job for The Rock. His best opening ever is 60 million or something like that. Ooh, good job, Rocky.
That really did more than the Tooth Fairy?
Yes. Yes.
I too
Yes,
was
it did.
shocked.
But this is his biggest opening movie weekend ever, and
Be nice.
Hey.
The man did good out
Are you guys aren't? I'm assuming. I guess maybe. I don't know. We haven't really talked about it. You guys aren't looking forward to Glass Onion?
nah.
John, do you know what Glass Onion is?
That's Knives Out.
Knives
2.
Out, yeah,
Two.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's free. I'm not willing to go to the theater for that movie.
Wow.
Okay. What about
But
the other food movie with
Actually, I want to see
Anya
that. The
Taylor
Menu. I
Joy?
actually do want to see that.
Again, it's a movie that intrigues me because I want to know what is going on.
Exactly.
I'm confused, but it's
the menu.
Yeah, the menu.
Yeah.
I do want to see that. And actually, I hate that girl for some reason, but I have no reason to hate her. And then I forgot that she's from Split, and now I love her again.
Yeah.
Good fix. Good save. Good save. Good save, John. You didn't like the chess show that everybody was watching?
The what?
The chess movie. She's the chess TV show.
No,
It was
I
a
didn't watch
chess
that.
show.
No, her eyes just bother me. They're too far apart. She's an alien.
Holy shit! This
Wow.
guy too
She's an
tall,
alien.
too hot. What is going on?
Thank you guys again for enjoying our special Halloween edition. We covered a lot of movies, not just horror
I would
movies.
say
apparently.
it's Halloween plus.
There you go.
Because
Halloween.
we covered
You guys want
extra
me
shit.
So, question.
Yes,
I know
yes.
usually at the end of the show, I usually send them
I'm
anyway.
trying to wrap it up. The time is
But
going
since
down.
it's Halloween, do you want me to send nudes with a pumpkin?
We do not do that,
Yes.
sir.
Yes,
Thank you
John,
guys
we
for
do.
watching.
Bye,
See you
everybody.
next time.